Okay, I'm getting the live stream on YouTube set up here first. Should kick in a couple seconds. And then I'm going to share this link with High Point when we connect at 1:30. And yeah, there it is. Cool. All right, we're operational here. Okay, I'm just gonna let this keep running. You're gonna see me over here. I'm gonna use this computer to talk with Bonnie over at stream. We gotta get this closed down. All right, I better get some headphones for that. Anyway, we're gonna start at 1:30. So looks like things are working out so far. We got 5 minutes. Let me do a couple last minute things here, and then we'll get started. Is this the one? This is the one right here, you guys, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
All right, thank you. Okay, so this way, we'll have to see how this works, because there's a, just to explain what's going on, there's a 20-second delay. I'm going to talk to this camera here. This will be like my main audience here. There is a 20-second delay between this computer and the stream that you're seeing and what I'm actually doing is there's like a 20-second difference. And so we just don't want to have this sound like echoing all the way through. Should work out if I just keep the headphones plugged in. I can still communicate with the people over at High Point through Zoom. Make sure we turn this one down here. See if this works. Yeah, I just want any feedback. That gets really annoying. Once you connect to Zoom, there are ways you can control it. Everybody hits mute. Obviously, is one way. Make sure you don't have two people in the same room that are joining the same meeting. But here I have like several devices going at the same time, so it might be a little bit sensitive. I think I have it set up so it will work out. These headphones will help, so I can communicate with Bonnie and High Point when they come up over here. I did give Bonnie the heads up that I'm going to give her a YouTube link, and they're not on yet, and I don't think she understands. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Maybe she is herself tech savvy, or maybe she has someone working for her that's tech savvy and can, they won't really have to do anything except set up the Zoom like they probably normally do. And then I'll just share this link here with them. So, yeah, so that's it. So it looks like we have two people. I don't know how accurate this is. Like right now I'm looking at the YouTube live stream. Oh, and here comes Bonnie. I'm gonna have to put the headphones on and talk with her. Bonnie, can you hear me? Hi, Bonnie. Hey, Bonnie, can you hear me? I can hear you, yes. Okay. Just a moment, we'll get that going. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, can you hear me? Okay, great, great, great. All right, so just to let you know, I've got like something set up here so that it's like a live multi-angle type of setup, and all I have to do is like right now I'm live on YouTube. I was gonna share this link with you. I think there's a way to share it. Let's just test it out, see if it works. I have to, like, since you're the host, I would just have to be able to share, but you maybe have the settings set up already. Let me see here real quick. Okay. Chat participants. Okay, so like under your settings, there should be an option that says allow other users to share their screen, and then if you can enable that, and then I'll just share like the YouTube stream that I have going right now. Oh yeah, okay, yep, I have it. Yep. Yes. Here we go. Is this? Can you see? Okay, perfect. Yes. Okay, and then you can hear my voice right now, right? So I'm not quite sure how the audio is going to work. Like, at some point, what I'll do is I'll like make this screen large, and hopefully, by the way, there's a 20-second delay between what I'm talking about with you right now and what would actually is happening on that YouTube screen that you see. So it's like a 20-second delay. So I'm hoping there's not going to be any feedback. But we'll see. But like, I figure this setup might be a little more enjoyable for your viewers there. So if you're okay, are you okay with this? Doing things this way? Oh, hi. Hello. Hi, Jody. Okay. Hey, Bonnie, before you go, Bonnie, real quick, is it okay that I do that like 5-10 minute pitch for the Sherman Griffin? That's okay. Okay. All right. Just want to make sure, because. Okay. Okay. All right. Great. Thank you. All right. So Joey, I don't know if let's see. So like, there's a YouTube link that I shared, and it's like a 20-second delay. So what I'm saying right now is going to show up in that YouTube video like 20 seconds later, and you can see it's like multi-angle. So I don't know what the sound quality is going to be like when I start playing piano. I mean, we could test it out here right now. I don't know if is your audience there already, or? Oh, okay. Did you want to get started? What's that? Oh, okay, great. That's great. Well, I'm really hoping this is going to work out. So what I'm going to do is, I can, let's see, maybe if I talk to this camera. So, if you're there for a while, like I'll start talking, and you can let me know if there's any. Right now, there's no feedback or anything, right? Like you can hear me speaking pretty clearly. Okay. 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 Sounds good. Yeah, that sounds fine. So I'm just gonna like talk for like 5 or 10 minutes. If everybody's ready, I'll just talk with them for about 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, sounds great. And then I'm gonna put my headphones down so I won't be able to hear you anyway. And then I'll just start talking. If anything like seems wrong, like the text going bad, just like come back over to the device here and kind of get my attention. I'll look over at this computer once in a while. All right. Okay, so let's see. Move this. Yeah, there we go. That'll work. Okay. Okay, this will be pretty interesting. So you can see we have like multiple screens going on. I hope that doesn't get confusing for everybody. Welcome to my home here. I live in Milwaukee, and I miss going out and playing for folks such as the people from your community at High Point. I really appreciate being given another chance to perform for you. I think the last time that I performed, boy, I don't know, was it January or December? I think it was in December, if I remember right. And I was there with Kai, my wife. We played some solos and we played some duets as well. I remember I played Rhapsody in Blue for you that time. I'm going to play that again for you today. Just to let you know, you'll get to hear that again today. In fact, some of the other songs I'm going to perform today, I've performed at High Point before. I'm just kind of reliving them a little bit, and there'll be some new ones too. It'll be a mix of genres. We'll have a lot of classical, romantic, Baroque, modern music, some dissonant sounding modern music, and then I'll play some jazz for you as well. We'll have some rag music in there, and then Gershwin, of course, too. So I'm really bad with names, but I do remember most of your faces that when you come to my concerts at High Point there, and I won't be able to see you that clearly. Well, I can kind of see. If we get a chance to interact virtually, that would be wonderful. But I do think about all of you there, and I hope you're all doing well and staying healthy and entertained. So before I start performing, I'll announce my repertoire of the program as we're going along. But before I start the performance, I did want to introduce to you another project that I am engaged with right now. We got something. Okay, looks like it's okay. All right, so I have a project right now that I'm working with. It's called the Sherman Griffin, and we would like to take an abandoned building in the Sherman Park area. It's located on Center Street, 3825 West Center is the address, and we would like to turn this abandoned building into a music school, cafe, and a jazz club. This is something that it's a very large project. We would have 3 businesses under one roof. Let me just check in to make sure we're doing okay with the stream here. Is everything going okay with the stream? Oh, okay. If this gets really bad, then one other way to do it is if you want to just I can put in the chat here the link, and then you can just go directly to the YouTube channel. It wouldn't be really interactive. But let's see here. Mm, let's see. Yeah, let me take the link, and it'd be nice if we still had a way. Okay, so instead of sharing my screen here, like I'll just text you this link and see if you can use the link and just go directly to the YouTube live stream. But if you want to just still stay on Zoom, you personally, just in case something goes wrong, and we can still communicate. Okay. Gotta figure out how to do this here. Gotta get like. I'll give it a chat. Okay, see if that link works for you there. Okay, all right, and then I'll just you know, if we can still keep the Zoom connection between you and me, just so that in case something goes wrong. Okay, awesome, thank you. Okay, all right. There we go. All right. So we'll keep it going here. So what I want to do is introduce the Sherman Griffin to you real quick, because it is something that we need some help with, and there are ways that you can help too, and mainly just by spreading the word, that would help. But we are also looking for donations for the project. So if you know people that might be interested in contributing to a project like this, those are the types of people we're looking for right now. This is a $1 million project, and we have a bank that is already planning on financing the project. They would like to see some equity up front, and so let's see, the stream going here? Looks like it should be okay. Okay. All right. So so we need some community equity up front, and we can apply for grants to meet some of these goals. And so some of these grants we are just beginning to apply for, and we don't know the results of them yet. And we know that in addition to those grants, we would need to have donations from the community. We don't know the specific amount that we need, but we anticipate it will probably be somewhere between $200,000 and $300,000. And so far we've formed a group called Friends of the Sherman Griffin, and right now we have 5 members and a few people that are interested in becoming members of this group. Once our venue is set up as a 501c3 not-for-profit organization, then we will be able to take donations that would be tax deductible. So whoever donates their money would then get their money returned to them as a tax deduction. Basically, their tax burden is going to be reduced for making this donation. You know, this is like I said, it's a $1 million project. It's fully supported by the city, the aldermen. And there are some banks there's a bank that is very interested in it, probably some other banks that will be helping out with it. We would like to make this a very classy venue, you know, 5-star rating type of place. Students will get an excellent music education. We will plan on setting up a scholarship foundation so that kids who are in need of scholarship money and but don't have the ability to you know, they don't have the ability to pay for the lessons, but they are interested in lessons and, you know, have some natural skill that it would be nice to see developed. They would have the means to do that. You know, some other interesting characteristics of this venue is we're going to make the jazz club non-alcoholic, and there are a lot of advantages to this. One of my personal favorites is that people under the age of 21 will then be allowed to participate in the events that we hold at this venue. I am muted. Press alternate A to unmute your microphone, or okay, it should be okay. All right. Sorry, I just had to check on the tech. This is my first time doing this. I mean, it's my second time, but it's the first time where it looks like it's going to work. And I just want to make sure it continues to work here. So my point is that if you or someone you might know is interested in becoming a friend of the Sherman Griffin, I would like to talk with them and meet with them, and just so that we can form a relationship. And that's pretty much all we need right now, because we need to wait until some grants have been applied for, and then we can talk about specific numbers more easily. But right now we're just collecting for people that would be interested in pledging donations that would be tax deductible. And the total amount that we're shooting for is between 200 and 300,000. So if you or someone you know might be interested in this, I would give you my cell phone number, but maybe you don't have something to write it down with. In case you do, it's area code 631-353-9586. You can also get it from Bonnie. But there are a lot of incentives for getting this project started. My personal incentive is that I live on the west side of Milwaukee. My home's over here on the west side, and everything I participate in, at least before COVID-19 hit our community here, everything I did was over on the east side. It was over in Walker's Point or downtown. Where the Jazz Estate is over on the east side, Caroline's, the Blue I went to pretty frequently. The Wisconsin Conservatory of Music, where I taught at, is, or I still do teach at, is over on the east side. Let's see here, I think I'm losing my Zoom link. Oh, nope, I didn't. Okay, we're good. And of course, you are also over on the east side there. So everything that's important in Milwaukee seems to be on the east side. It would be nice to that people between the west side and the east side maybe would have similar things to enjoy as well. I drive from here over to the east side, and I drive through all these neighborhoods that have abandoned buildings. And hang on, let me check in here with Jody. Jody, is everything okay? Like, is the stream working all right? Oh, are we muted? Oh, I'm muted. Let's see. Jody, is everything streaming okay? I think you're muted. I think you're muted. Oh. Music? Okay. Okay, all right, I'm gonna start right now then. Okay, so the stream's going fine, I don't have to worry about it then. Okay, cool, thanks. Okay, let's see here, stop this here. Okay, so then I pretty much did my spiel anyway, and I'm gonna start playing right now. I'm not quite sure how long I get to play here. I think about an hour. And I have about an hour's worth of music. So I should have asked Jody just now. All right, the first selection I would like to play here for you is Schubert. Schubert Impromptus. I have two Schubert Impromptus for you. The first two from the Opus 90 set. The first one is G minor, and then the next one will be E flat major. going all right? Everything's still streaming here? Okay, let's just assume everything's going all right. Hey, so that was G minor, and then I'll go on to the E flat major impromptu number 2. Looks like we're still streaming. And then Jody, if you need to get my attention or something, this next piece I'm going to play is pretty short. It's just like a minute long. There's like a 20-second delay there, so I just want to. Anyway, yeah, so it looks like everything's working out pretty well here so far. That was Schubert. Schubert was a classical composer. He's late classical, early romantic, so at the turn of the 19th century. So it's not quite Mozart, but it's also not quite Chopin yet. So we're going to go back in time now. We're going to play Bach. Bach wrote two-part inventions. He wrote 15 of them. Number 8's probably the most popular one. That's F major. But the one I'm going to play is also pretty popular, C major. It's the first one of the set of 15. So it's just like a minute long here. Okay, so I'm going to keep things moving along here. By the way, I'm assuming I can go, I don't know if I have to stop at 2:30. Jody, if I have to stop at 2:30, if you could kind of let me know, because I have about another 40 to 45 minutes worth of music here. But I can cut some things out here and there as needed. I like to follow up Bach with some rag music. So what I'd like to do is play a rag called the Charleston Rag by a very a decent pianist. He was a rag player, obviously, and his name is U.B. Blake. music. By the way, I would like to get, what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip some Rachmaninoff I was planning on doing, just because I know everybody there likes to hear the Rhapsody in Blue, so I want to get that one in for sure. But I also want to get some music in by a local composer. I think I'll do his piece and then I'll do the Rhapsody in Blue. I recently became friends with a really well-known singer around Milwaukee. His name is, Jerry Grillo. Maybe some of you know him. Anyway, he's a well-known jazz singer around town, and I became friends with him, and he asked me to listen to some of his music. And anyway, long story short, I arranged one of his songs called "Good People" for solo piano. The original one is him singing with a piano accompaniment. The pianist wasn't me; it was one of his other friends. So I'm going to play the solo arrangement I have that I created of his song called "Good People." Okay, that was "Good People" by Jerry Grillo. Okay. All right, we'll keep things moving here. Boy, I look at that computer screen and get nervous because it looks like there's like a huge delay. Hopefully everything's coming through all right. Okay, so moving along here, I'm gonna jump to Rhapsody in Blue, and then I'm going to ask, after I'm done with Rhapsody in Blue, see if there's time for 1 or 2 more pieces, or maybe even 3 with Jody there. Anyway, Rhapsody in Blue is about 15 minutes long. You all know it. I've played it twice at High Point there before. And every time I play it, you really enjoy it a lot. And I love playing it too. A lot of other people do. If you know David Barnett, he's actually the one who got me started playing it more often and keeping it in my repertoire. David Barnett's the art dealer, not too far from High Point there. Anyway, this is the piano solo version. It has all the orchestra parts in it, along with the piano part that is supposed to play along with the orchestra, but you know, everything's condensed into one part for the piano. All right, here we go. That was Rhapsody in Blue. Oh, Jody's right there. I'm gonna see one more song, please. Okay, yeah, sure, definitely, I'll do that. Okay, one more song. Okay, I had a friend in college. His name was Javier Arau, and he was a saxophonist and a composition major. He's out in New York now. This is like 20 years ago. Anyway, in college, he was an upperclassman, and I admired him a lot as a person and as a musician. And he played this one composition for me that he had which was for solo piano, and I was just blown away with it. It was so interesting, he saw that I liked it a lot and asked if I wanted to play it, and I would be the premier performer for his composition for him. And of course I accepted it. It was a lot of work. I think I had to learn in like 3 or 4 weeks, and it caused a lot of stress trying to get in my head, but trying to get the notes in my head. But in the end, I did it, and I've relearned it in recent times, and I'd like to play it for you now. It's called a Variations on a Cantiga, and it's pretty wild. So just to kind of give you a fair warning, it starts off pretty tonal and melodic, easy to follow, and then it's a variations, right? So it develops the theme over a whole bunch of different variations, and it gets pretty wild, but it all comes back together at the end. People love it, so the dissonance doesn't seem to bother people too much. In fact, when I heard it, it was the dissonance that was pretty exciting in the music. So I think that's what a lot of other people are able to hear too. Thank you. That'll conclude the performance here. Here's Jody. I'm gonna unmute myself so I can communicate with her. Let's see, unmute. Whoops. Okay, can you hear me? Okay. I just wanted to say thank you for letting me perform for all of you there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks. All right, you too. Take care. Okay. So this is for whoever's in the YouTube audience here. We got, sometimes you can kind of see if there's people. Also, there's 2 people waiting, whatever that means. Okay. Anyway, if anybody's left over, thanks for listening. I'll do probably a few more of these recitals, and then I'll start I'll switch up my repertoire, and maybe the format for concerts will be different. I'm going to try to do more of these online concerts though going forward for the rest of 2020 and probably going into 2021. This is a lot of fun for me, and but I'll mix up the repertoire. I'll try to include more jazz and that type of thing, especially since the Sherman Griffin will have a jazz club. And probably our fundraising activity will end sometime in September. So, but in October, I'll probably keep doing concerts online. I'll go back to my usual frame of mind where I charge a fee for performances. So, so if you know anybody that's looking for some entertainment, I've got this type of music here. I've got jazz music, lots of other music I could perform. Weddings, I got invited to do a Zoom wedding once. I ended up turning it down, but I'd be happy to do some virtual weddings as well. So, all right, thanks, take care. Hope you all are staying safe and healthy.